Okay, so about 10 months ago, I made a video where I basically went over 7 items that were removed from Fortnite. And I mean, within the last 10 months, I assume there's been a lot of items that have been added or even removed. So today, we're going to be going over all items that have been added into the game and are now not in Season 8. Real quick, leave a quick comment down below of your all-time favorite weapon that's ever been in the game. For me, it's definitely got to be the OG bolt action sniper, which ended up getting vaulted, which you'll find out later on in today's video. For all of you OG subscribers out there, you guys definitely remember how insane my snipes were with that thing. Throughout the list, I'm going to stop on a few of these weapons which I think get like an honorable mention, where I talk a little bit more in depth about them, while others I'm just going to zoom straight past. That way we can keep the video short and nice. Jumping into the first one, we got the ZAPATRON. The ZAPATRON was introduced to the game during early access patch 1.6.3, which was way back in September 25th of 2017. A lot of you OG Fortnite viewers out there, you guys probably definitely remember this gun. There's only one video on record that actually has gameplay of this gun. Not too long after the ZAPATRON was released and everybody was complaining about it because it was literally one-tapping everybody, Fortnite tweeted out this as a reply to a user's tweet. We have disabled the ZAPATRON. We feel like it doesn't fit well in the current state of Battle Royale. This is something we may revisit. Now, if you still want to play with the ZAPATRON, you could definitely use it in Save the World. I believe there's a weapon or two called the ZAPATRON, or maybe it's something else, but it behaves the exact same way as it did in Battle Royale. These next couple of weapons, I'm not going to go too far into depth, but if you do want to learn more about each and every single one of them, just tweet at me on Twitter and I'll definitely try to get back to you with more information on them. The Tactical SMG. A lot of you guys probably do know about this gun because it is in the game mode called Unvaulted, and I mean it's probably the main SMG everybody uses. The regular SMG. This thing has some pretty sick stats and I definitely do miss it in Battle Royale. The OG Revolver, which was vaulted due to the 6-shooter, which has now also been vaulted because, I mean, people just stopped using them over time. The light machine gun, a lot of you probably do remember this weapon unless you are fairly new to the game. This weapon was introduced in April 18th of 2018 on the patch 3.5.2. When this gun first got announced, the community literally hated it. They were not very excited, but as time went on, everybody just started to forget about this weapon because it just kept getting nerfed and nerfed to the point where it almost was useless. This weapon was finally vaulted on September 27th of 2018 in the patch 6.0. The semi-auto sniper rifle was also taken out of the game for a very long time, but was shortly introduced once again back into the game exclusively in playgrounds and the unvaulted LTM. The Guided Missile was also another weapon that a lot of people really hated Fortnite for adding. A lot of people really did dislike the Guided Missile because you literally could go and sit in a bush next to a fight, shoot your Guided Missile and guide it, and literally get kills without engaging on the fight at all. The bolt action sniper was in the game ever since it has been released, and it definitely was one of the longest lasting weapons. Sadly, on January 29th of 2019, just about a month ago, this sniper rifle was vaulted. In my opinion, it was a very balanced sniper rifle. I don't really see a point for it to get vaulted. It favored headshots over body shots, which that's kind of how snipers are supposed to be, compared to like how the heavy sniper now it favors body shots and headshots the exact same. Like I don't know, they're just favoring towards players that can't really hit these good shots. Surprisingly, the heavy shotgun was also vaulted in the latest patch for Season 8. The Burst Assault Rifle, or also known as a FAMAS from the Call of Duty days, this weapon was also vaulted with some pretty good stats, but it seemed like nobody really used this thing at all. The Quad Launcher was another RPG, but this time it could shoot 4 rockets within the span of just a couple of seconds without the need of reloading. The double barrel shotgun was a very strong shotgun when it first came out. It was really overhyped in my opinion, but it soon died out and nobody used it at all. People would just leave it on the ground. It basically became pointless because Fortnite kept adding more weapons like the pump shotgun and even like the heavy shotgun were way better than this double barrel. Now the next weapon I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably heard of. This is the Infinity Blade. Now let me sum it all up real quick. The Infinity Blade was literally a nightmare of a weapon to add. Nobody expected it, and I mean, it was definitely hated among the whole community. Nobody wanted to play Fortnite after this was added. It was introduced in patch 7.01 on December 11th of 2018 and was vaulted just a couple days later on December 14th. Now, like I said before, this weapon was insanely OP, especially in the endgame fights. Now, in my opinion, the dumbest part about this sword is how it gave you 200 health and 200 shield. So you literally had 400 HP when you were holding this. On top of that, you were able to break through any structure almost instantly, as well as launch into the air and take no fall damage at all, sprint way quicker than any other player. You moved about 30% faster than just a regular player sprinting. Not to mention, your health would also regenerate 1 HP per second, and if you do get a kill, your health will spike up 50 HP more. So this thing was ridiculous. This is one of those items that, I mean, if Fortnite adds it back, I'm probably gonna have to quit because Fortnite was unplayable at this time. The electric ceiling zapper trap was a very OG trap which was in the game for only a couple of weeks, which was later taken out because reasons are unknown. The wall dynamo was also another very OG trap which was taken out for no reason. I guess it just really didn't fit the playstyle ever since the ZAPATRON was removed. Some more updated traps though that most of you guys will probably remember are the bouncer as well as the chiller trap. Both of these since have been vaulted and are no longer in the game. Well, battle royale wise, I mean, you could still access these through creative mode and I believe playground for the bouncers and chillers. The smoke grenade was another vaulted grenade that was in the game for quite a long time. It was vaulted, then it was also brought back in the unvaulted LTM, which a lot of people really do enjoy. But one grenade I know all of you guys are missing are the impulse grenades. Impulse grenades were removed from the game on September 27th of 2018, and it was used to launch yourself or even other players or objects like vehicles, ATKs, all sorts of stuff into the air and send them flying. This grenade definitely gained popularity from trick shotters or people even launching themselves with like a shotgun from build fight to another build fight, or platforms across like a massive distance where they would die if they miss and get some pretty insane kills. The C4 or the remote explosives was another grenade like item that literally just broke the game at one point. The C4 or the remote explosives was vaulted at the exact same time as the impulse grenades on September 27th of 2018. This explosive always had its ups and downs. I mean, it always was being adjusted. At one point it was completely useless. Well, just before it was vaulted, it was insanely OP to the point where you literally throw one down and it'll blow up a massive area, causing it almost impossible to do any sort of fighting at all. The Porta Fortress was also another grenade removed from the Battle Royale scene at least, and I believe it's still in Playgrounds and even Creative Mode. The BoomBox was basically exactly what you think. You throw down a BoomBox and instead of it playing music, it literally destroys structures. It was vaulted from the game on February 5th of 2019, so it was really recent from it being vaulted. And when you do throw it down, it would create a loud sound that made it difficult to hear a lot of footsteps, and it also did release a sound that sounded like footsteps, so it definitely tricked you if you only heard that noise and you were like inside of a house or somewhere else. The BoomBox would do 200 damage to structures only per second for 18 seconds within a 2-tile range. So this thing literally just destroyed through any sort of building that you do at all, making it impossible to do any build fights within that 2-block radius. The sneaky snowman as well as the chiller grenade were both removed in Season 8 of Fortnite, sadly, but I guess they just don't really fit the theme of this new map. Surprisingly, the regular grenade was also removed from the game in the Season 8 update. I don't know why they would get rid of this because, I mean, it's literally just a regular grenade. The Shockwave Grenade was also removed as well. Nobody really used it, but it was pretty fun to play with at times. And the majority of vehicles were also vaulted in the Season 8 update, such as the plane, or also known as the X4 Stormwing. I don't think I've heard anyone ever call it that. As well as the shopping cart and the ATK were also vaulted in the Season 8 update. Anyways guys, that wraps it up for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did pay attention, leave a quick comment down below. I did leave one thing out that was a major oopsie from Fortnite. I mean, they literally shouldn't have ever added this into the game. I did leave it out on purpose for you guys to guess, so if you do have an idea as to what that was, leave it down in the comments below. Whoever answers it correctly first, I will pin your comment, so make sure to at least guess something down below, and I will see you guys next time.